about the healthcare system, but it will require persistence. Already this year, the central budget in India has a shrunken health budget. So how do we keep that going? Thank you.
Thank you.
The minister starter.
It was a very lengthy question.
CO2 and so forth. So it's a matter of clarity with the objectives, a very constructive dialogue and understanding when it comes to those who ratify these plans, which is Parliament, which represents people and governorates and so forth. And then finally, what creates the continuous buy-in is that the projects get implemented, so people can see that the energy transition or the climate action is not just a burden on development, but it's part of development. Because each and every energy project, in addition to creating jobs, creates green capacity for more industrialization, for more economic activity. So it's very important to create the overall narrative, and there's so much work that has been written since Glasgow, actually, on the importance of thinking about climate action and development as inseparable. They are not mutually exclusive. It's not either or, and that is something that needs to be continued and pushed. I don't know the issue of yesterday and the announcement of yesterday, how consequential that would be on the multilateral development banks, on the dialogue around climate. Are we going to go back? So it's very strange that today is the first day of Davos, but yesterday this happened. So I think, how far in terms of creating disturbance in a path which look to be moving forward with gains for developing countries, and also better understanding for the multilateral development banks and the global institutions that do provide financing. I don't know. Let's see how that works out. I don't have an answer. All of us have questions.
Nobody does.
Yeah, exactly. I said all of us have questions.
I think from the state perspective, the question that we've been asking is how do you go from mine to energy? We have the entire value chain, the ecosystem. How do you build it out? And how do you create consistency in policies? So if you look at India's view, is that how do we bring every bit of our ecosystem? So if you look at rooftop solar to agriculture being solarized, then to the entire green hydrogen, which seems to be the buzzword, and various investments coming into that sector, green steel. So I think, at least from India's context, is to set the policy straight. Yes, there are some subsidies required, but it's not over and beyond the physical challenges that any state or the federal government would have. That's one part. But the second part again is how do you make this the transition political resistant or resistant to politics, right? And that's going. And as a HRD minister, my focus is how do I create the next set of jobs that we don't even know in exactly which area they will come. So working with the industry, working with NGOs, collaborating with them, getting the curriculum, the whole 9 yards, and creating the next wave of jobs, I think is going to be very, very important.